absolutely unhinged to me. You wanna know what's crazy to me is that men get to date me and they get to flex, okay? They get to flex and be like, oh, like that's the girl that I'm dating. They get to take me out. They get to have boys come up to them and be like, oh my God, that's your girl. Girlies come up to them, oh, that's your girl. What the fuck do I get to show for it? A broken heart, that's what I get. Ah! I'm okay. Me, I'm okay. I'm just saying. I'm a flex. The fuck do I get in return? God. To help me. Why is my camera quality so bad right now?
Guys, the level of narcissism on this video is absolutely disgusting. If you were such a flex, if you were such a fantastic woman, if you were so great to be around and such a pleasant individual, then where exactly is your man? Where is your husband? Where is your long-term partner? You know, guys, I see videos like these all the damn time of girls saying, yeah, babe, I'm a 10 out of 10. I'm a boss, babe. I'm a queen. You are no queen if you do not have a king. Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's episode, guys, we are going to be going through a couple of TikToks from this particular woman right here who, you know, she's one of these individuals where she just can't seem to find her Prince Charming. And this is something that we're seeing more and more of from women these days, guys, especially as they go into their 30s and 40s. You know, they'll have this narcissistic attitude. Not all of them, but a lot of them will have this narcissistic attitude and then be surprised somehow when they wind up at 45 years of age and the only person that cares about them is their cats. And I shouldn't even say that the cats care about them because, you know, cats are selfish animals, but it is what it is. So without further ado, guys, let's just jump right into this first TikTok here. Now, in this one, she's going to be talking about how she went broke dating a man. And of course, this really offends her, guys, because she believes that, you know, women shouldn't be going 50-50 in the first place, because how disrespectful it would be for a man to do that. So let's take a listen to this video here, and she's going to be telling us a little bit about her dating life, or lack thereof, I should say. Let's jump into it.
Y'all, I'm losing my marbles because how did I go broke dating a man? This man, listen, there's a lot of bad things to say about my people, but one thing my people will never do is make me pay for half a bill or a whole bill at that. This man said to me, you might make less money than me. By the way, thousands and thousands of dollars less than him. But at least you know when your next paycheck is. I'm commission based. At least you can budget.
Man, I love these stories, okay? You'll hear a girl come on TikTok and complain, like, yeah, I was dating this dude who's making 6 figures. I make 45 grand a year, and he was making 6 figures, but he made me pay for the date, or he made me pay for half of the date. It's like, when in this equation did you become entitled to a guy who actually makes this amount of money? Guys, I don't know if you guys have seen those interviews, okay, where they've taken women from, for example, university campuses, and they ask how much money should a man date in order for you to see him as a romantic option, and they'll say the most outlandish crap. Even though they're over here earning like 40 grand a year, they'll still expect a guy who's making 300K plus. It's absolutely disgusting. I don't care if the dude told you to pay the whole date. I don't care if he told you to pay half. And she will go on in a minute to say that she ended up actually, you know, seeing this guy multiple times. It's just like, man, you know, you wanted to be treated like men, and now here you are being expected to do these things. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, no, it's so terrible. It sucks.
One of my 2 paychecks in a month is less than my rent. And
don't care. Guys, imagine if you go on a date with a woman, right? And you're like, man, I don't want to pay for the whole date because, you know, one of my paychecks is, it only makes up the rent, right? Or it doesn't make up the rent. One of my 2 paychecks that I receive in the month doesn't make me enough money. You think that women care about this? You know, it's like, oh, well, I'm broke and you should pay for the date because my financial situation. If you say that to a woman, she'll be like, Okay, bye. A lot of girls will just straight up not talk to you, or they'll ditch you if they're not physically attracted to you, right? But we're expected to come along and to sympathize when men don't want to, you know. It's funny how girls will like complain about their life on TikTok and everyone will go, oh, Queen, it's so terrible, I hope you're okay. But if a guy's like, man, I can't do half, I can't do 50-50, then everybody loses their mind and nobody cares about why the dude can't make the bill. It's interesting.
And this man said, at least you can budget, and felt comfortable making me pay the bill. Not even splitting. The amount of times I just paid the bill. I'm sick to my stomach. I don't even know who I am anymore.
Wait, let me get this straight. You're sick to your stomach because a man expected you to pay the bill? Oh, how oppressed and how terrible it must be. Guys, this is a woman who's sitting on the camera, by the way, with fake nails on. Okay, I don't know how much nails cost, but like, it's always the people who, you know, they smoke or something like that, or they've got this nails, incredible amounts of makeup on. Like, man, you know, I feel so oppressed. I feel sick to my stomach that he expected me to pay the entire bill. This is what men deal with the entire damn time. Okay, and this is why a lot of dudes don't want to date you, or they don't want to go on dates with women in general, because men have realized, this is the amazing thing, men have realized that if a girl really likes you, she doesn't even expect the dinner date. Like, she really doesn't. A lot of girls, if they're physically attracted to you, will just come straight over to your house, or they'll meet you for a walk in the park or a coffee. You don't even have to pay for her coffee if you don't want to. That's what happens when a woman really cares about you. All this crap, guys, about how, oh, I expect to be wined and dined, right? I expect a guy to put hundreds of dollars on me to show that he cares. Where's your investment? And don't give me that crap like, oh, I woke up and I had to put makeup on and I had to be there on time. He had to be there on time as well. He had to get ready. He probably had to pick you up and drop you off. How about you just be an adult and show up on time like a regular individual without someone, you know, it's interesting how they'll feel as though the man is somehow privileged to have her time. Like, the man's time means nothing, even though typically the man earns more money, so technically speaking, the man's time is literally worth more than yours. But hey, it is what it is. So let's jump back into this first clip here, the one that we played at the intro, and kind of break down this one as well. So let's jump into it if I can hit the right button. Let's take a listen. This has 18,000 likes on it, by the way. We're going to jump into the comments of this one in a second.
What's absolutely unhinged to me, you want to know what's crazy to me, is that men get to date me, and they get to flex, okay? They get.
I said this at the start of the video, but if you're such a flex, then why don't you have a man? You know, like, simple economics here, okay? If you're such an amazing person, which, you know, for all intents, she might be an amazing person, okay? Let's just exclude this TikTok from our memory here. But she might be a fantastic person. If you're such a fantastic person, if you're such a catch, if you're such a flex to be with, then why don't you have your husband? Like, why don't you have your ring? That's the argument that I always think of, right? And, like, fantastic people, by the way, typically in my experience, the people who I look up to the most are not out here on TikTok trying to convince everybody that they're fantastic. You know, it's like those people who always say, like, man, I'm the nicest, or like, I'm the most caring, empathetic individual. These people who announce this on social media are typically the people who lack these characteristics the most, because they'd rather announce it than actually show the characteristics that they have.
They get to flex and be like, oh, like, that's the girl that I'm dating. They get to take me out. They get to have boys come up to them and be like, oh my God, that's your girl. Girlies come up to them, oh, that's your girl.
Well, yeah, what a privilege, right? What a privilege it is to have your time. What about the man's time? You know, why isn't his time valued? Like, again, who like, this attitude of like a man should feel happy to, like, privileged to take me out. Can you guys imagine carrying that dynamic into a relationship? Like, you get into a relationship with this woman and you come home from work and she feels as though her presence, you should be grateful to be in her presence. Like, you're essentially coming home to a second boss who feels as though they're above you. And shocker, men actually aren't interested in that. They might have bedroom fun with you. They might go out with you here and there, use you for a bit of fun. But a lot of guys, particularly the men who actually respect themselves, they're not going to be interested in having anything long-term with you. And that's why typically you won't have a ring.
What the fuck do I get to show for it? A broken heart, that's what I get.
Difficult.
I'm okay. Me, I'm okay. I'm just saying. I'm a flex. The fuck do I get in return?
Okay, I'm gonna mute the video because I've had enough of that. But let's jump into these comments here, and I want to show you guys exactly what I mean. How a girl can be this narcissistic, by the way. No man, no husband in sight, no nothing, and you'll end up with comments like these. Check this out, right? Look at this from L Darling here says, "Girl, if he's gonna break your heart, he was never worth it to begin with. You 100 bebs with a heart." Another person here, Shalina, says, "The best on TikTok. We need story time soon." I wish this woman would do a story time. That'd actually probably help with the, the content for the channel. Not that I really run out of content because TikTok exists, but I always like when girls do their dating story times because really they're just exposing themselves. Lara here says, "Bro, I felt your pain." Jasmine here says, "I could listen to you speak the entire day on a loop. Like, it genuinely makes my day better." Guys, maybe it's just a factor of, like, I'm getting older, okay? But I don't understand the enjoyment in listening to this. Like, I sincerely do not. Dude here says, "You're so pretty, they better flex." Tracy here says, "Your content is amazing. You're a whole mood, a whole one." Really, Tracy? Not a half, not a quarter, but a whole mood. Wow, what a fantastic comment that makes absolutely no sense. But guys, let's jump into the end result. I really like showing some of these TikToks, right? And then I can tee it up with a story right after that kind of shows the end result of where these women end up. So let me see if I can hit the right screen here. I think it's this one. Yeah, okay. So this is, again, from our favorite location on the internet, guys, the female dating strategy. Now, if you guys don't know what female dating strategy is, there used to be a subreddit, but they've actually migrated now on over to their own website. They say that it was because they got bullied or their moderators didn't like, it was too difficult of a job, apparently, to moderate Reddit. Interesting. Personally, I think they moved to their own website for money. I don't really understand, but, they're on their own website now. So I thought we lost them for a while. I thought we lost some good content, but no, guys, they still post regularly, and I can access their website. So it's fantastic stuff here. But we've got an article from, I don't even know how to pronounce this, ridiculous amount of vowels in this. "Men don't appreciate how much of a luxury and an asset having a stay-at-home spouse is. Men don't appreciate us." Interesting. Let's take a listen, and it's in top posts today. "I work full-time and have a longish commute, at least 1 hour each way. I am a single woman. My colleague works the exact same hours and has roughly the same commute. He is married and his wife is staying home with the kids. When I come home, I have to cook my own food if I want a warm meal that evening. I still have to shop for groceries, do laundry if I want clean clothes, take the trash down, clean, run errands, and do all the little tasks that come up. I am greeted by a hungry, bored cat." Man, I swear, this stuff writes itself, doesn't it? "Who wants my attention and his playtime right now. And I go to work with a list of a myriad of undone things in my head that I have to get done after work that day, and feeling guilty that my cat is alone all day. And this will be 3 times worse if I had kids on top of that. At work, guess who will be expected to spend their free time cooking and baking for the potluck, collecting money and buying a card and a gift for that guy who retires, etc. Right, the women. So we have a career woman here who is frustrated that she sees another woman caring for her man. Okay, and this, guys, posts like these, truthfully, what they really come out of is jealousy and resentment. That's really what it comes down to, because in today's day and age, guys, a lot of girls will look at, and it's really unfortunate, right? Because we've gotten to a point where people will actually consider it something disgusting when a woman takes care of a man or she stays at home with the family. Like, this is what we're talking about when we say that family structure is breaking down, particularly in Western society, okay? Because other girls will look down upon other women who actually, fulfill a traditional role in the household. It's really quite insane. And they're incredibly jealous as well. Like, these career women who say that they're so happy and they're good being alone with their cats and their boxed wine, they end up complaining and getting frustrated because men don't come along and marry them. I think last time we looked at the statistics from memory, if anyone wants to correct me in the comments on this, but I'm pretty sure, excuse me here, got a bit of an alarm. Last time I checked, 6 out of 1,000 men were getting married these days, and a lot of these women are finding out the hard way that, hey, you might have to work until you're 70 years of age until you can retire, so have fun with that. She goes on to say, when my colleague comes home, a warm meal is on the table. His wife prepared and packs his lunch for the next day. The house is clean, the fridge is full, his laundry is done and folded, all errands run. His kids are fed, entertained, and their homework is finished because his wife was home all day to take care of them. I will say this, guys, shout out to this woman right here. Like truly shout out to this. I think that these women get crapped on in society right now, but shout out to this girl. She's literally here doing this guy's laundry, you know, making the food, taking care of the kids. Like this is stuff that you really don't see anymore. Like, you really absolutely don't. And a lot of girls have brainwashed themselves into thinking that they want careers instead, that they want to work ridiculous hours and make their own money. Meanwhile, they come back to their single person apartment with their, you know, with their cat, and they're stressed out of their damn mind. It's very interesting. All the hard parenting tasks are already done, and he can be the fun dad playing games and watching TV with them now. Sounds like a dream, right? He goes to work the next day and will be able to fully focus on work because he outsourced his mental to-do list to his wife. He doesn't have to feel guilty about his kids being alone either. His wife is home. He can spontaneously work overtime or go on short notice business trips without a problem because he doesn't have to worry about getting all his stuff done after work or nobody being home to feed and watch his kids if he isn't there. His wife makes something he can bring to the potluck. He contributes a few bucks but has absolutely no time to get a gift or anything because he's a father, right? And the women are so much better at it anyway. This woman is so bitter, man. She is so mad at this guy. At work, we are obviously judged the same. He can do more overtime and extra work and has never taken the time off because his kids are sick, has an appointment, or the daycare is closed, so he'll obviously get promoted before me or the single mother on our team. Fair is fair, right? This woman's not a single mother, right? But look at this. She's just taking a moment to, you know, to defend single mothers here. It's almost like when you have a man and a woman working together, it works a hell of a lot better than a man or a woman independently. And I'll say this, by the way, guys, if you look at the metrics for, since this woman wants to take a moment to defend single mothers, guys, I think that being a single mother is an absolutely terrible idea. It's an incredibly unhealthy thing for your kid. And if you look at statistics, guys, single mothers, you know, their children are really quite disadvantaged. They really are. I'm just going to leave it at that. If you're a kid from a single mother household, you're at a disadvantage off the get-go. And I'm not saying that to crap on people who have been raised by single mothers, okay? Maybe the father is no longer there for reasons that, you know, can't actually be controlled. But a lot of these single mothers, they do a poor job of raising their child. They absolutely do. And it's incredibly sad that you'll see a lot of people go through this and then they'll be disadvantaged at the end of it because the mother failed to secure a man. Let's wrap up this story here. He says, fair is fair, right? And yet he doesn't even realize his privilege and luxury. Married men profit from the unpaid labor their spouses do for them, career-wise, financially, in terms of mental health and stress, in terms of how society views them. Your invisible labor is what is getting them promoted. Don't let them take advantage of you without getting something in return. You're telling me that this woman who stays at home looking for the kids and, you know, looking after the house doesn't get anything in return? I don't know. How about the ability to have that home in the first place? How about the ability to take the kids to the doctors or whatever the case may be? How about the financial backing that comes with the dude actually working his backside off for a family he cares about? To pretend as though the women are getting nothing in return is absolutely disgusting. It really is absolutely disgusting. If you want to be paid that badly for your services, I mean, we can talk about something a little bit more questionable, okay? This is really funny, guys. Is like these girls will come out and say, man, these women are completely unpaid for. A lot of them are having mortgages paid off for by their husbands. All their kids' expenses are getting paid. They can get their nails done here and there, things like these. This woman is just incredibly bitter. Okay, if you want to be paid for your quote-unquote services to your husband, you might as well just become a 304 in the back pages or something like that. Like, really. Don't do wife stuff for a guy you are not married to. Don't sign a prenup that will screw you out of alimony or your part of the assets. Oh, you mean the assets that you didn't earn? Always have your own money and make sure he knows and appreciates that his success is built on your back. And I'll say this woman actually got something a little bit correct here, which is that this woman is doing fantastic work. You know, shout out to this wife here for helping this guy, for being the backbone of the family unit, because that's really what it's all about, guys. Men and women working together will always outperform the single girl who says that she's happy and that her life is going fantastic and any guy would be lucky to have her. Okay, that woman is going to get outperformed any day of the damn week. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments, guys. What do you think about what we've covered here today? Make sure to let us know down below. If you disagree with anything I've said, feel free to do so, guys. That is what the comments box is for. And as always, gentlemen, make sure that you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace. Yo, guys, Past Taylor here. Just want to thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to our other content creators over here at Fiend Gang, Hadan from Peace of Mind, and Detective Warg. Their channels will be linked in the video description. They've been putting out consistent content for you guys to enjoy, so make sure that you go and show them some love. Their channels will be linked below. Also, guys, if you are interested in supporting the channel, make sure that you come and join us for free over on Locals or Patreon. On Locals and Patreon, you guys get access to archived video content that is no longer available here on YouTube. And supporters also get access to exclusive videos where we cover different kinds of topics that you won't see me talk about here on YouTube, because to be honest, YouTube just really doesn't like it. There's video topics such as how broken families are created and how men can avoid it, bad traits that men can have, the reason why women chase married men, etc. So if you're interested in supporting, make sure that you go and check that out. And lastly, guys, if you're interested in getting a character made like mine, be sure to hit up our artist at the Gecko Ninja. He is linked in the video description as well. He's been doing art for Fiend Gang for quite some time, so if his stuff interests you guys, make sure that you hit him up for a commission. As always, he will be linked below the video. But with all that being said, guys, make sure that you take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one, for real this time. Peace.